It is a good thing. We talk to our players all the time about playing to a standard, and there were portions of that ball game where we felt like we did that. We played fast, we played up tempo, everything was in rhythm, but there's always going to be some things as you look back on it you wish you would have done better, and so that's encouraging because our players realize we have a chance to be good. They want to work towards that standard. Because each week, as the competition gets better, you can't have those mistakes and be successful.
Can they make a vast improvement from game 1 to game 2? Is that
This is my 37th year, Leslie, and I've always heard that you make the most improvement from week 1 to week 2 because you've had an actual game, and and I've seen that over the years, where guys, especially guys that are playing for the first time, but, even veterans, the first game jitters are there. And so, hopefully we'll be one of those teams that makes a great jump between the first week and the second week.
Coach, so many great performances on Saturday from the younger players. I know you see them every day in practice, but how much do the wheels start turning about the potential even after the first game?
Well, you find out guys that you thought were going to do that. Marquise Goodwin, he's got great speed and has caught the ball really well. Made a heck of a catch on a third down play for a first down, and then flashed his speed down the boundary. He was fixing to take that one to the house when the guy made a great play on him. Garrett Gilbert's had an excellent camp, but to see him go in and take the team right down the field. Trey Newton, Barrett Matthews, Dan Buckner, not, as young, but playing a different position, comes up with several big plays. So, that's really encouraging. And in today's game, you need depth. I mean, you got to have guys that are prepared and ready to go in. So that's encouraging. And I didn't even mention DJ Monroe. I mean, we had seen those things in practice, but to see him do it in the ball game was very encouraging. So we'll continue to expand his package of plays that he'll be ready for.
How much do your eyes light up when you see DJ doing the things he's doing?
Well, the thing you can't coach is speed, and he has that. And for a guy that's not real big, he's an extremely physical guy. I mean, he takes a lick well, and he's done a good job so far in camp and in the opening game of taking care of the football. He can go from the backfield and be a wide receiver in the empty formation. So he brings some flexibilities. Obviously, you'd be concerned about how much pass protection you asked him to do, just because he'll be overmatched physically in that area. But we want to continue to expand his packages of plays that he's comfortable with.
Is he the kind of guy who other teams are going to have to game plan for when he's out there? I mean, does that help you as a coach know if you can throw him out there as a decoy at times?
Well, we didn't change a whole lot of what we did when he was in there. So in terms of game planning, obviously you got to be aware that, each back brings something different to the table where, Cody is a downhill guy, and all of a sudden DJ starts downhill and bounces to the outside, and it's kind of like in baseball where you're throwing a fastballer and then your reliever comes in and he's a breaking ball thrower. It creates a little bit of a problem, I think, for the other side.
Coach Bronson, because of his size, you could expect him to come in 10 to 12 times like he did on Saturday. Can he do more than that?
I think he can. I think we have to be smart in what we're asking him to do, but I think that he could get in. He could get in the ball game. 15, 16 plays easily at this time.
Coach, I don't know, and I know we don't know what their prognoses are right now, and for different reasons. But how difficult is it, or how much of a hit does the offense take with Michael Huey and Brandon Collins both out for the foreseeable future?
Well, you're just talking about two starters. David Snow stepped in and did a heck of a job. And again, where it really begins to be a factor is in the depth department, where David Snow could go in and relieve either guard or Chris at center, and then Chris could relieve either tackle. Now those five guys are going to have to be out there and play. James Kirkendall did a heck of a job for us, had two big third down conversions in the slot position where Brandon would be, and but it's the depth factor, and it's the factor that they've been in the games. I mean, both of them have played on the big stage and performed well, and it's just one more guy that, you know, you can put in, and so it's a problem.
Coach, you talked about running when you need to run, running when you want to run. Talk about that second half, the beginning of the second half. Is that kind of what you're looking for in terms of getting?
Yeah, we challenged our guys at halftime that the game kind of unfolded like we had hoped. We wanted to start with no huddle. We wanted to throw it around. We wanted to play at a very fast tempo, and we got that accomplished. And then we challenged them at halftime. We really wanted to come out and run the ball better. And so I was pleased with the way we were able to do that in the second half. I was pleased with the I formation. You know, we got probably 5 or 6 snaps out of that formation, and scored a touchdown from 5 yards out and picked up a big third down conversion. So I was encouraged by that. But yes, that's what we're looking for, is to continue to be good in short yardage and goal line, but to be able to take the air out of the ball if we want to.
Last question.
You guys talked about Vondrell having a nice camp. Are you expecting a little more from him in the opener?
Well, yeah, it's disappointing that, you know, he left the ball down on the ground, and nobody's more disappointed than he is, because he's a guy that takes great pride in taking care of the football. And but I think Vondrell did have a good camp, and I look for him to have a real good year.
Chicken thief at it again?
Absolutely.